guess what? It's treasure bag time. Now the treasure bag is a bag of assorted beads and components that I put together about every month and a half. It is not a subscription. I make a limited number of bags. I put them up for sale. I give notification when I'm going to put them up a couple days in advance. I release them at a certain time, and that time is listed on the notifications that I send, and then I sell them till they're gone. It takes about 3 days to sell out completely, sometimes faster, sometimes a little slower. But if you go to ggctreasures.com, you can go ahead and click on the treasure bag page and check it out and get one because it is now released. So this one is Santa's Treasures is what I've called it, and it's of course a Christmas themed bag. I wanted to get this out as early as I could so that we can make projects. It takes me a full week to send out all of the bags. Even though you order today, you may not get it. I may not have it ordered for a couple of days, and then it takes you a few days to get it. So I wanted to get this out as quick as possible. And that way we can get the tutorials started and make things. I will always make tutorials with the bags. I also have a couple other YouTubers that make some things with the bags too, and that is iShoes DIY, Misty Moon Designs, and Casey's Handmade. And we will Craft Time with Casey, I'm sorry. And I will always link those in the playlist of the tutorials done for the boxes too, so that you can access all of those. So anyway, this is what comes with the treasure bag. You have a nice little piece of paper that has everything listed. In this particular bag, there are 30 items because I kept the beads and components on the smaller side this time, so I put more in it. So this is what we've got here. We've got our 30 items. Quite a few things in here, and I'm going to go ahead and organize them and come back and show you each one individually. Okay, so I have laid out all the strands. There are 12 full strands in this particular bag. All of the strands are full strands, whether they be average length or longer, they are always full strands. I have blended sizes here. We have some smaller components, so I've stayed on the smaller side. I have also included some larger loose beads to blend in with it so that we have a variety of sizes and shapes for our projects. This will allow us to make a lot of bead weaving or stringing projects either way. So let's start with these strands and look at them individually. This strand is an 8x6 rondelle. It's a large strand. It's 16 inches long. That's over average length. Average length is about 12 inches. And it's really pretty. Let's get you close so you can see it. It's opaque white with half gold electroplating. And just really pretty and Christmassy. So we've got that strand. And then we've got a nice long strand. It's probably a 16-inch strand also, and this is a rondelle-shaped pearl. Give us a little bit different shape in the glass pearl. It is white, and it is very pretty. It's got a nice luster, really nice strand of pearls. And then the next one that I've included is a frosted white glass bead. This is also a nice long strand. I believe it's 16 inches. All of them are 12 to 16 inches in this bag. And there's quite a few beads on here. So this is really pretty. This will be a nice complement, nice neutral complement to any project that we decide to put together. Then we have two strands, 6mm round. These are 12-inch strands, and this is called half handmade glass beads. So the half handmade, I really don't know which half is handmade, but they're really pretty, deep colors. You can see we have a ruby and an emerald color, really deep, really pretty, has a nice gloss, and kind of a rounded faceting, really pretty beads. So we have those two to work with also. Then we're going to move into a little bit smaller beads. Like I said, I have some smaller components, so I wanted to have smaller beads. And I have some larger beads too that will mix with it. This is a triangle bead. It's golden in color. It's about 4mm triangles. And if you've had some of my bags before, you've had some of these little triangle beads. They're really pretty. These just add a big bunch of sparkle. And this is also a nice full strand, lots of beads on here, so we can do lots of projects with this particular strand too. So we have that one. And then I have included 4mm cuboid beads, which are always really popular, and I have a lot of tutorials with these particular beads already, so you could make a project in Christmas colors. So I have a clear AB, nice long strand, about 100 beads per strand, and here is a red, and this is nice bright red. So let me show you the full strands here, and you will get those two included in your bag. Then we have some very small, I put these in as kind of a spacer bead. They're electroplated glass, golden color, kind of an antique golden color. And they're like 2mm round, I believe, and 2 to 3mm round. And it's a nice long strand, has about 177 beads on there. So they will work really nicely for a little bead weaving project as an embellishment, or they will work in place of a seed bead, and we can use them as a spacer for stringing several things. Nice tiny little bead to complement some of the smaller components that are in this bag. Then we have a 4x3 rondelle, and this is fire brick red, and it is very sparkly, very pretty. Nice long strand, lots of beads on here, so you can see. And you will get that included in the bag. Then we have a 3x2.5 strand of painted green. It's kind of a metallic looking little bead, and this again will be perfect as an embellishment in bead weaving, or it will actually work very well for a spacer also. And this is a nice long full strand also. And then we have these little twisted clear crystals here. These are really pretty too. And these are about 4mm, and they have a nice twist faceting. When you look at them closely, you can see that they're not the average round facet. They have kind of a twist to them, and that brings a lot of sparkle to the strand. This is also a nice long full strand. And those are the strands that are in the bag. I'll show them to you again. So that's a lot of beads to play with to make our projects. And let me go ahead and get some components ready, and we'll go through those. Okay, let's start with some of the loose beads that are in this bag. So these are 10mm round electroplated glass beads, and they have a little star pattern on them. This will lend a little pop of size and a little bit different feel to our pieces. So we can blend them with the smaller beads, or we can use them in just a piece by themselves. Doesn't matter, but they are really very pretty little Christmas themed beads that I decided would be a really nice addition to this bag. So you're going to get those, all 10 of those. And then I have included, and I have put these in a bag before, these are the 12x14x5 flat bicone imitation Austrian crystal beads. Now my oils for my hands have been on them, but they're very shiny, very pretty. This is ruby color, and there are 5 of them. And I also have a tutorial using these in a pretty bracelet that would work really well with this color also. So you could do that tutorial. Of course, I'll do a different one for this bag, but it's out there. If you want to do that one, you could use these beads and make a really pretty bracelet with these. Then I have included some longer oval. This is 9 by 15 millimeter emerald oval imitation Austrian crystal beads, and these are also very pretty. They're faceted in kind of a long checkerboard type thing, really pretty. And again, these can be used with the smaller beads as a pop of size and shape and color, or we could also do a bracelet. You could do the same bracelet that I made with this one with these. Anytime you have a nice larger component, that particular design would work with this. So you can do those. We have 5 of those. And then we have 5 of these little crimson flower beads. And they are also featured in a design. I used different colors, but they are also featured in a design that is on my channel right now, a peyote that you fringe up through and put the flowers on. These would also work with that, and you could do it in Christmas colors. Or, of course, we'll find another tutorial to another design to do these with also. But these are nice to spread out through a bracelet in fringing, or even in a weaving project where you can come up through the top and have the flowers on top. So these work out really well in designs. You don't need a ton of them because you can spread them out through the design. And so we have those. And then we have these really pretty half golden electroplated nice large rondelles. And these are, I believe, let me see if I can find, they are 11 by 8 millimeter, and they're kind of a flat top on either side. They have a flash of color because they're electroplated, and then they have this golden side also. Really pretty beads. Again, these would work in a bracelet that we weave things in between, use them in stringing as a size or as a pop of size and sparkle. And these also I will do a tutorial with. These are so pretty. We'll use these. They're great for stringing, or we can also use them, like I said, as a larger component in a bead weaving project. And we have these tiny little imitation Austrian crystal drops. These are 8 by 6, and these will work really well in addition to some of the little pendant and components that I have added into this particular box. They'll work really pretty as little dangles and just a little pop of sparkle in the designs. Now let's move into some of the charms and pendants and components. For our charms and components, we have a couple of bags that I put together of blended charms here that are all Christmas themed. So I have this little bag with 3 Santa themed charms. Since this is Santa's treasure bag here, I have those 3 in there. Really cute, enameled. You can see the back of them, pretty gold. And you can use these as pendants or charms either way. You could make 3 different little necklaces, pop it on some beading chain or just regular little chain, and you could have 3 different little gifts. Or we can blend them all together in a charm bracelet or something like that, and we'll work with that and see what we come up with. Then we have another blend that has 2 Christmas gifts, 2 Christmas trees, and a little glass star that is drilled through the top right here. So these also could be pendants or earrings, and the little star can also be a charm. You can just put a jump ring through that. So we could make a nice full bracelet, or we can make a whole bunch of little necklaces to give away as gifts. These would be really easy and fast to pop on a piece of chain, beading chain, a regular chain, or whatever, and then you have a whole bunch of little cute gifts to give away at the office or for grandchildren, whatever. These will work out really fine just to throw a bunch of little gifts together really fast and easy. And that was kind of my thing with this one. I wanted you to be able to make quick little simple projects that won't take a lot of time, and then you'd have a whole bunch of little things to give away for your gifts, and you haven't spent a ton on them. Now, the next thing is this pretty little pendant. I'm going to get you really close. Like I said, I kept some of these components smaller in this one. That's why I kept the beads smaller, so that you can complement the really pretty little components. Smaller does not mean cheaper. These are still not your bargain basement components that I've put in here. I always select a little bit higher grade of things so that you're not getting just the cheapest iron components. You're getting some decent components. This is brass golden tone findings with a faceted glass teardrop shape inside it. Really pretty. It has a great sparkle. It's just a really nice looking thing. Put this on some beading chain and put a few little beads on the either side, the little clear ones. You could even do this number like this with these little crystals on your beading chain. You've got a really pretty, put a couple of those little gold spacer beads or whatever. You've got a really pretty little necklace that anyone would be happy to receive as a gift. So that is one of the components in this bag. And then we have two components, two ruby and two emerald. I thought these were going to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. These would make a really pretty set of earrings. You could just pop them on ear wire. You've got a gift there. Pop a couple of these on ear wires and you've got another gift. Just bam, they're ready to go. Or we could blend them together, put something in between, which I think I'm going to do. This has been in my head. Put them on some jump rings, put them on a piece of beading chain with some beads in between. What a pretty little focal that would make. You can do a lot of things. You could just use one and put that as a necklace too. Right now, minimal, small, dainty pieces are all the trend, so that would work out really great. You could have 4 different gifts that way. You could have 2 gifts if you'd make earrings. You can have 4 different gifts if you just pop these on a pretty little piece of chain. Or we can even do bead weaving, use them as a focal. They're just really pretty little things that we could do a lot with. So we've got those as a pendant charm type of situation, probably more pendant earring type thing. Then we've got these really pretty snowflakes. And again, because these components are small does not mean that they are not nice components. These are, like I said, a little bit nicer components. And again, here you have the rhinestones in the middle and crystal rhinestones, and this is just a really pretty piece. Look at this. You have 5 of them. This again could be just popped on a piece of chain as a pendant, and you have 5 gifts. Or you could make 2 sets of earrings, or you could make a set of earrings and a necklace, or you could use them as charms on a really full charm bracelet. You can do a lot with these. So you get 5 of those really pretty little pendant charms. And then we have more of those. These are a little bit smaller. They're silver, and they have just a rhinestone in the center, a little tiny crystal rhinestone in the center. Again, these would be perfect for a charm bracelet. And put some of the pretty beads that we have in the box on some head pins and put these on some jump rings, put them on a piece of chain, and spread them out through the bracelet, and you've got a beautiful bracelet, a really pretty gift. Again, these will work for earrings, just pop them on ear wire, or also as an individual pendant. And you've got a pretty little dainty necklace that everyone will love. And we've got these little charms here. These would be perfect on a charm bracelet. Now, I think the antique silver ones or the platinum ones are a little bit prettier than the gold ones. For some reason, they have a little bit more detailing than the gold, though they were supposed to be exactly the same product. They're really a little bit different. Still very pretty, but I prefer these a little bit over these, but still very pretty. You could blend them through a bracelet. You could put them together. We can blend gold and silver. I have added gold and silver chain and toggles so that you could use both, because with Christmas stuff, I always like to blend gold and silver. So we have a lot of gold and silver elements in this box. So you have these 5 little pine cones. We'll get you close so you can see them. Really cute little charms. And we've got those. So those are 10 more charms. And again, components that will allow for easy, quick, really cute little projects. Then I've included this chandelier component as another focal, something a little bit larger, since all of the little pendants that I've put in here are on the smaller side. I mean, this one is pretty decent sized, and the enamels, not bad. But I put one bigger one so we could put dangles, and we can do whatever we want with this. We can put it on chain, we can do all kinds of things, make wired components and connect it. This is a really pretty antique gold color chandelier, and I think it looks really Christmassy. That's why I chose it, because of the little swirls and things in the particular design of the component. Really pretty. So we can do a lot with this particular component. And then we have chain, and I decided this time to put both gold and silver chain, since we have so many little components that we might want to be making charm bracelets, and we could use a lot of these beads as charms also, to put them on a head pin, put them on the chain. So we have a yard, or not a yard, but a meter of gold, decent size, so it'll work really well to connect components to and make charm bracelets or a necklace or whatever you'd like. But my main thing with this was to be able to make some decent charm bracelets. So we have a silver tone and we have a gold tone, a meter of each, good size chain. And then I've included a bunch of toggle clasps in here, 5 gold, 5 silver, and so that you could make a lot of projects. Because when you have this many beads and components, you never have enough toggles. Because you can make a lot of projects with, like I said, you could just use this, put it on a piece of chain and a toggle, and you've got a project done. So you're getting 5 gold and 5 silver. And that is what's in this box. There are 30 items total in this box. I put more in this one than the previous one because, like I said, the components are smaller. However, smaller doesn't mean cheaper. It just means they're smaller. And the fact that lots of things are minimal right now, that's the trend. I thought that for gifts, especially for young people, that would be a good addition or a good idea to put some smaller beads in the boxes. So I'm going to lay this all out and let you see what it looks like, and then run over to ggctreasures.com and grab one. They generally don't last very long, so I hope you get yours, and we will start making projects with them. Let me lay this out, and I'll come back and show you one more time what's in this bag. Okay, and here it is, and you can see just the plethora of items that are in this bag. And it's a really pretty little mix, and I think we can do some great projects with this. Even some ornaments, things like that. We could use the beads to make Christmas ornaments. We can use them to make Christmas keychains. We can make charm bracelets. We can make little necklaces, earrings, all kinds of pretty little things. We're also going to do some bead weaving projects, I believe, because I have included just the perfect size in all of these beads for bead weaving projects. And again, if you're a stringer and you don't do bead weaving, all of these will work for that just fine too. You can use anything in stringing. But for bead weaving, you need to stay on the smaller side. It's just a little bit easier to bead weave with. However, you can add some bigger components in. So I have made sure that there's a blend of sizes, colors, and shapes in this particular bag. Lots of pretty little Christmassy components, and I hope that you like it. And if you do, head on over to ggctreasures.com and get yourself a bag. I will start the tutorials as fast as I can. I will get these into the mail as fast as I can. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a full week to get them all out. I'm going to try to get them out as quickly as I can because I want us to have plenty of time to make tutorials so that we can give them away before Christmas. We're not working at the last minute trying to make some gifts or ornaments or whatever we end up making. So anyway, I will get started on this as soon as the orders start coming in, and we will have some pretty little Christmas things to work with. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like the bag. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.